Hey everyone, it's Nick with Library Services.
And it's Hannah with Highlander Central.
And this is Live with Highlander Central, where every other week Hannah, myself, and sometimes the occasional special guest will join us, and we bring really great information pertaining to all things MCC, admissions, enrollment, anything like that. And we bring that directly to you here on Facebook Live, where hopefully you guys will interact with us and ask us questions, engage with us, leave suggestions, anything that comes to mind. Yeah.
So please interact with us if you can, if you know how, even if you don't want to, but you're thinking of something, like you don't want it to be public,
Sure.
You can always message us. But these videos really are for y'all, so please help us make them better for you guys.
Definitely. And if this is your first time catching us, all of our previously recorded videos are available on our Facebook page. So if you jump over there, you'll see a videos tab. If you click into that, you'll see all of our old videos if you want to catch up and kind of get an idea of what we're about.
Right. Especially if you are thinking that you have a really good question and you want us to cover it, you can always check back to see maybe we might have covered it. And then if we haven't, let us know that you want to see a video over that topic or that question.
Yeah, definitely. So today, jumping right in, actually really quick, disclaimer that we do every video, and that is please don't include any student ID numbers, definitely not social security numbers. Avoid leaving those in the comments because for obvious reasons that is very, very dangerous. So definitely avoid doing that. Alright, so we are lucky today to have Pam Niles from the business office to discuss the McCard with all of you watching. So yeah, you want to tell the students a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I am in the McCard office. We are located in the business office. We handle all the student ID cards, parking passes, if you need to add funds to your account for copying and printing.
So I guess kind of how we're going to do our video today is more of like an interview style. Okay. So we'll ask you some questions and then go from there. So the first question that we have is, at what point in the admissions process can a student get their McCard?
After they've registered for classes, and normally it takes about an hour after they've registered and before they show up in our system.
Okay.
And where can students go to actually get their card? Because we're getting a lot of questions. You know, it used to be over in the TLC, so
right. We've moved to the administration building. We're on the first floor inside the business office.
Alrighty. And then when you go in there, do you have to stand in like a certain line, or do you?
If you can just go all the way down to the end, I'm at the very end counter. So if you just go all the way down to the end, I can help you.
So just look for your face.
Just look for me.
Alrighty, and then when I'm coming to get my McCard, and I guess my parking pass as well,
yes.
What do I need to bring with me?
To get an ID, we just need a photo ID of you, your driver's license, a state ID, a passport. If you don't have, we do come across students that don't have those. If they have an old high school ID with their picture on it, we can take that. And then for a parking pass, we just need the license plate number of the vehicle.
Very good. And I know sometimes over in the library, we get students that come in with their McCard trying to use it, and it's not activated yet. So they haven't activated their card yet, and they can't do any printing, anything like that. So how do they go about doing that?
There's a website on the back of the card that they need to go to. It's Highlander1.com, and they click on the Get Started button. It's going to ask for a personal code. The personal code does come with the card. It's on the paper that the card's attached to. But if we do have students that take the card off and the paper gets misplaced, you can always use the card number, the 16-digit number that's on the front of the card.
Okay.
And then continue, and it's going to ask you to set up an email address. It's going to ask you, to verify your address and date of birth and just some security questions.
Gotcha. Well, that's good to know.
And then I guess you kind of covered it, the activation code.
Yes.
If you don't have it, that would be...
Use the card number that's on the front.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So say that I have my card, but there's no money on it. So where do I go from there?
You can't, if you're wanting to put money on your card for campus use, for printing, copying, there's machines in the library you can use, or you can always come to the business office, to the card office, and come see me in the card office, and we can add the funds to you. Card office, we can take cash, check, or debit cards. In the library, it's just cash.
Yes, and that's a very good thing to highlight. Up in the library, it is self-service, so our kiosks are only set up to use cash and coins, as Pam said. And if you are wanting to add some funds over from a debit card, you would do that over with Pam at the business office.
And then I think a good kind of tie-in with that question, I have my card, but where's the money? A lot of people receiving financial aid kind of
Yes.
misunderstand.
They think as the money's on the card as soon
Exactly.
as they get it.
And then, so we do have the disbursement dates.
Right.
So,
But they can use their card on campus after they receive it to go get books using their financial aid. Just take their card to the bookstore, and then the refunds will show up on the card. Or if you've chosen, you can have the funds go on the card, or it can go to an existing account that you already have. And then those funds are dispersed about 10 days after the first day of class.
and then you can always find important dates like that about when you can charge in the bookstore, and then when the disbursement's coming to you, and then if you're a first-time loan borrower, when your first-time loan money is going to come to you. If you're on our website, McLennan.edu, and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see where it says like registration dates, and you can click on more dates, and then
And
the
it shows you
term
the different terms and stuff,
Yeah.
and it gives you all of that information.
right. And then so that's not only the dates that we're talking about, that's all important dates throughout the entire semester that you can refer to.
I have a question.
Oh.
If you have applied for your card and it hasn't come yet, but you still need to go get your books, how do you do that?
Come by our office, we can print you a temporary card, and that will work to get your books.
Okay. So yeah, and we know that accidents do happen, so if I've lost my card or otherwise can't find it, where do I go? from
You
there?
can either log into, when you activate your card, you're gonna set up a password, email address, and everything to log into your account. You can
Mhm.
either log into your account and order it yourself, or you can come by the business office and we will order one for you.
All right, great.
Alright. And then, so what if I want to get my refund on my personal account? I don't want it to go to that Hire One Book
You
account
still,
at all.
yeah, you still have to activate the card because all of our refunds are processed through Hire One. So when you're doing the activation process, you get to the screen of, do you want it to an existing account or to the bank mobile card? Just click existing account. It's gonna ask you for your bank name, your routing number, and your account number. And then bank mobile will transfer the funds to your personal account.
And that normally takes like a day or two longer.
Yes, ma'am. It
Okay.
takes an extra day or two.
Okay. So keep that in mind if you
Right.
did change your settings to add it to your
Yeah.
personal account, it's not going to
And
be
you can
there.
always go back and change it later. Just log back into your account, go to refunds, and then update your refund preference. If you decide that you want it to go to your account, or if you decide, no, I'd rather have it the day it comes out and I want it to go to
Right.
the bank mobile card.
All right. Yeah, so if students have any questions, what are some good contact info for you?
The phone number is 254-299-8300, or they can always email me at pniles@mclennan.edu.
Alright. And then a couple questions.
Mhm.
What do I do if my name changes?
If your name changes, we just need to bring something to our office that has your new married name or whatever the reason is you're changing your name. We see all kinds. You just bring us something that's got your name that you want to change it to. Social security card, birth certificate, marriage license, or driver's license, or something like that.
Okay. And then this is kind of a combined question for both of you, actually. So how do I use my card in the library?
In the library. Like I said, we have the machines up there that they can put money on, or they can use it in our office.
That's right.
Copies are
It's 8 cents per page.
8 cents a page.
And that's for copies and prints.
Okay, and they put money on what we call the campus side of the card. And when you go to print, you slide you're more
Yeah, so
knowledgeable of that, but.
So right, so we have, up in the library, we have 3 machines. One's obviously an ATM, and then the other 2, like Pam said, it's the Mac side. So there's a Mac machine where you can swipe your card and load that with cash, and that one's cash only. But that will allow you to use your card all over campus. So that covers your prints and your copies and anything that you want to use it for on campus. And then we have a machine on top of the circulation desk, and that's where you can load change and cash, but no pennies. Pain in the butt, but no pennies. And when you type your card there, that will allow you to make prints. Yeah.
And then, so, the ATM is now in the library.
Yes,
It used to
it
be on,
is.
and then there's another ATM on campus as well, is that correct?
No, the only one we have is the one that's in the library.
Okay, so there's no longer one in the
There's no longer,
CSC.
and there's not one on campus that supports Bank Mobile. We used to have one, but they've taken it out because there's so many locations around town now that you can use your card at. without having a fee.
Okay.
Most of the local ones are at 7-Eleven, CVS, Walgreens, the one at Target. So they're pretty kind of spread out over Waco. And you can always go to their website. It's allpointnetwork.com. And if you have it on your phone, you put the app on there, it knows where you're at, and it will tell you all the locations that's near you that have a free ATM.
And then, so does that come with us switching the banks from to Bank Mobile Vibe, or with that changing? Because didn't originally, I think back when I was a student, we had a card, it was hard to find an ATM that didn't charge.
Right, so when they switched to Bank Mobile, they've opened it up, and there's so many more. They say there's like 55,000 locations nationwide that will take the card.
Okay, so
And
that was
with
a
no
great
fees.
change, yeah.
Yeah.
But, do we have any other questions for any viewers, or? No. Yeah, McCard, it's important.
Yes.
Yeah, and
You
then
have to
even,
have it.
yeah, even if you don't ever receive financial aid and you'll never need it for financial aid, you can always have that card because that's your student ID card. So that's
Student
like,
ID card. But you need to activate it for one if you're going to use it in the library, but
Definitely.
also you never know what's going to happen. You could have to drop a class and then you would get a refund for that class, and
That's
everything would go through Bank Mobile. So
And also, if you are a University Center student,
yes.
you can still get an MCC card. So, I mean, we've seen students come over from UC trying to print and make copies, but they don't realize that they need to get a MAC card.
Yeah, they think they can use their Tarleton card
Right,
or whatever, but
right,
it
right.
has to be the MAC card.
It does.
and then so students in that situation, like I'm the Tarleton student, I don't have a MAC card, I've never been an MCC student, and I need a print right now, but I don't have a card. They're kind of out of luck, right? Because the temporary card, would that work?
They can, I believe Pam can issue a temporary
We
card.
can issue temporaries. We can put the University Center students in our system and issue them an ID because they will need one in the
Yes.
library. Or
They do.
because are they allowed to check out books?
They are.
Okay.
Okay, so, but just kind of my main concern is like, if I'm printing something like right now, today, and I don't have that card, would a temporary card allow me to print today, or do I still have to
Yes.
wait for it to come in the mail?
No.
Okay.
Temporary card will allow you. We also have cards in the machine called
Yes.
courtesy cards. They do cost $1, and then you can put funds on those
The same way.
the same way. I mean,
Right.
and you're right there at it. You don't have to come to the business office to get a card printed. Purchase the card in the library, put money on it, and you can print right away.
Yes.
Okay, and then also with the cards, there's like discount, or maybe not discounts, but you can get into like some of our events as a
Some- right.
student.
Right. I think all the athletic events they can get into for free. And there's also things around town. I know, like if you go to a movie theater, you can get a special
Oh, a student discount.
student discount
Yeah.
or something at the concession stand
Yeah.
cheaper.
Yeah, so just don't forget that the MAC card is not just a bank card. It is your
Right.
student ID.
It's not just
You can use
right,
it,
yeah.
yeah. But so other than that, I think that's pretty much all we have
Yeah.
today regarding
Thank you
the
so
MAC
much
card.
for coming and joining
Well,
us.
thank y'all for inviting me.
And then really quick, I'll just, we do have a video next Friday, September the 15th at 3 p.m. And just, we will let you know the
Stay
title
tuned.
soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.